Alright guys, welcome back again. So in this video, we're gonna do the day 21 lab or the 100 days of cloud AWS. So yesterday we finished for day 20. So today is day 21, right? So tdraw.com, let me go there. Okay, so we need to read carefully from the top to down. So the Natalia's DevOps team has received a new request from the development team to set up a new EC2 instance. This instance will be used to host a new application. So I think this is similar with the previous lab from the Zero series. So the instance is kind of like a, a server, AWS server. So this instance will be used to host a new application. So that requires a stable IP address. So we need to create a stable IP address for that new application that will be hosted on this instance. So to ensure that the instance has a consistent public IP, and elastic IP address, so that IP address is a kind of elastic type, so needs to be associated with it. So we had to associate elastic IP address to the AWS EC2 instance. So the instance will be named datacenter-eip, and the elastic IP will be named datacenter-eip. So we need to give these correct names. So this setup we have the development team to have a reliable and consistent access point for their application. Alright, we understand this part. So we'll keep reading for the given requirement. So we're gonna have to create an EC2 instance, and the name is datacenter-EC2 using any Linux AMI like Ubuntu. So we need to consider this. We had to apply Linux AMI like Ubuntu, and the instance type is t2.micro, and we need to consider this part and associate the elastic IP address with this instance. So elastic IP address name is datacenter-eip. So for completing this challenge, you can go to the AWS console URL, and you can try to accomplish this challenge using these credentials values, and you can use in graphical user interface. But yeah, as usual, we will try to complete with the have all AWS client terminal. So I will copy all of this here. So here I would like to okay, I will explain later on. Okay, so I will copy all of these things right now. So I will paste right there, and how to. So we have to create AMI Ubuntu from the instance type. So from CentOS. So we will get the step-by-step guideline from this Google search. So the first thing we have to create the we had to launch the EC2 instance, and we allocated an elastic IP address. Alright, so finally we will associate the elastic IP with the instance, and finally we will do the verification. So when we check out this command, we need to know the instance ID. We need to know the image ID of the AMI. So without knowing this value here, we cannot execute this command to get the instance ID. So here instance type is t2.micro. That's fine, that's correct. And we will do the task specifications is name and value is datacenter-EC2. That's correct. And then we will get the output from this terminal. So from this command. So before we run we have to try to know how to get the instant ID, not is AWS AMI image ID from the CentOS terminal. So we're trying to find the AMI ID. So you can run this command to get the AWS AMI image ID here, like the Ubuntu. So I will run that command. So we got none. Probably something's wrong. So we will use this command or not. Image ID like Ubuntu. I will prepare the prompt. So I think we had to get the specific owner name. So I think if we run this command, we can get the AWS AMI ID. So yeah, so we get the AWS AMI ID. So we will apply this command here. We will apply this AMI ID value here, this AMI image ID. So I will replace that. So if we run this command, we will get the AWS EC2 Instance. At the same time, we created the AWS EC2 Instance. So we can run this. Here I would like to explain here. Instant ID is a parameter, kind of like a variable. So we will create here AWS EC2 Instance with this AMI ID, and here the instant type is t2.micro, and we add some tag specifications. Alright, now we can run that. So now we get the instant ID of the AWS EC2 instance. So the second step is we have to allocate elastic IP. So to allocate the elastic IP, we can run this command, I think. So we will run this. So we need to do the value. Value name is here. We give the correct name, datacenter-eip. Is that correct, right? Yeah. So name it datacenter-eip. And here query allocation ID and output test, and now we will get the allocation ID. Yeah, so this is the AWS datacenter-eip allocation ID. We get that. But why we are trying to get this value? Because we need to know those two values here to associate the elastic IP with the instance. So finally we can link the allocated elastic IP to our newly created instance. So by running this command here, so before we run, I will remove. So here associate address. So instant ID is we get from this, and we get from this parameter here. Here we get from this parameter, and then we get the allocate ID from this parameter here, ACCOC-ID. So now we can run this command to associate the elastic IP to the EC2 instance. I will run that. Yeah, so we successfully associated elastic IP with this EC2 instance. So an error occurred. So invalidation allocation ID. So probably something's wrong. So instant ID I get the correct name. Why is wrong? Invalid allocation ID. So so echo LOC. Let me run this command. Oh, ECHO echo and $sign ELOC dash ID. Yeah, so this is correct allocation ID. So EIP. Is there? Okay, let me run this again. But I will remove this parameter. Actually, I will give this correct name. So let me find how to get the AWS AWS allocation ID for listed public IP. So let me see. I will run this. Show elastic IP address is. So elastic IP address is this. I will check it out. An error occur, invalid parameter value. So I will copy the whole thing and I will ask that here. Can you check my comment where I was wrong? I get wrong. So correct comment is this. So let me run this. We got none. So allocation ID is not existing right there. So how to create now? We don't get any allocation ID now. Don't get any allocation ID. So how to create new allocation ID for this IP? So we get the listed IP. So I will copy this. So I will do like that. So the problem is we had to allocate the elastic IP. That means here, we will get the public allocation IP address here. Alright, so and then we had to run this and to create text. So here I will copy this and I will remove this. That means we already get the public IP address, but we need to tag the name with this datacenter-eip for that IP address. Alright, so we successfully created, and after that, we can associate the allocation ID to the instance ID. So I think now we can run this command. Okay, I will run this command right now, but I will remove this parameter. We don't need that. So here, allocation ID, I will use this value and I will run that. Yeah, so now we get the association ID with the with the elastic IP and the data center EC2 Instance ID. Right, so finally we can verify this command here. So I will run this command. Yeah, so this is allocation ID, this is association ID, this is a domain VPC, this is a private address, and this is a public address right here. So that's it. So I think we got a little bit confused right here, because of we didn't get the correct allocation ID when we trying to tag with the public IP address with the correct elastic IP address name. So I will tell you again here is that after this step, this stage is that, so after association address, yeah, after that we have to allocate the elastic IP address, we have to tag the elastic IP address with this elastic IP address name. So here we forgot to do that like that. We allocated EIP address, IP address, but we didn't give the we didn't do like the tagging the elastic IP address with the elastic IP address name like this separately. So we got an error. That's why. Alright, so now we successfully created. So we shouldn't skip. The main thing is we shouldn't skip this step. And this is the key point. Yeah. Tag the elastic IP using the allocation ID from the step 1 and then name the EIP address. Name is datacenter-eip. Okay, so now we can check it out and click confirm. Yeah, I copied that. Yeah, I think we did it well. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so we successfully complete the challenge. So if I can do it, you can also do it. But this lab is a bit more challenging than the previous lab because we need to carefully run the given commands here. The first thing is we will create the EC2 instance and then we will allocate the elastic IP, and after that we will do the here we're gonna do the allocate the elastic IP with the correct name. Here we have to tag the elastic IP with the correct name, and then we will associate the IP address with the EC2 instance, and finally we can do the verifications. So that's it. Just totally, I think it's 4 steps. Alright, so we successfully finished. So thanks for watching. See you in this coming video.